Hey everyone, welcome back to Fragrance Collection. I'm back with another video, part 2 of the 2023 purchases. These are mainly new fragrances. These are ones that were announced in early 2023 or the tail end of 2022 to come out in 2023. I had 3 fragrances that we discussed in the last video. Those were the 2 from Marc Jacobs and that one from Escada, Santorini, and then the Perfect Eau de Toilette and the Paradise version of Love. While I did not pick up the Uso Fresh or the Daisy of the Paradise line, I did discuss in the last video that I really liked the Daisy Paradise. I just wasn't in love with it. So I did potentially think about purchasing it, and that is one of the first things in this video that I will be going over with you all. I did actually go back and purchase Daisy Paradise. So we will dive right in with Daisy Paradise, which I have right here. I went back and I purchased it. I have 8 fragrances in this video that we will discuss. We're going to start with Daisy Paradise because we've already talked a little bit about the Paradise line in the last video with Daisy Love Paradise. With Daisy Paradise, you are getting a more fresh, poppy, woody version of Daisy. In Daisy Paradise, the notes are pretty simple. It's like cedar, poppy, and a little bit of a fresh, fruity note. The nice thing and the thing that made Daisy Paradise work for me when I went back to the store for other things, I retested this actually on my skin rather than just did the paper and nose test, and it really, really worked on my skin. I have found with the last few times that I've tested a Marc Jacobs scent, they smell good on paper, but sometimes they don't, or they smell good on paper and they just don't have great longevity or great uniqueness. Marc Jacobs Daisy Paradise needs to be tested on your skin. So if you're on the fence about anything in the Paradise line, I would absolutely skin test it. If you're at Ulta, if you're at Macy's, wherever you can find this, I would definitely skin test it. This is not one that you can just grab, sniff the bottle, spray the air, or even spray a tester without getting the true testament of this fragrance. The cool thing about this video that I'm filming for you guys now is I tried filming this maybe 2 weeks ago when I first got all of these, and I just wasn't in a good space. I didn't feel very good. I was in the middle of a lot of stress. It was the first, maybe second week back to school. I just had a lot of shit going on, and I wasn't feeling any of the fragrances. I had spent money. I was in a bit of a money crunch. I'm still in a bit of a money crunch. Just being transparent with you guys on my channel, I feel like that's part of what has kept you guys. It's not just me talking about fragrances. I talk a little bit about myself, and I just wasn't really feeling it. So I deleted the video, and I've been doing a lot of fragrance testing on my Instagram, which is Fragrant King. If you don't follow me on Instagram, I always post my link tree in my post here for the video, and I kind of took a break. But during that break of just testing stuff with my testers, which you can probably see behind me, I really got to take time to try these 8 fragrances, and some of them did not work out for me. And when I initially tested them and opened them in the first video, some I thought were great and some are not. So the cool thing is Daisy Paradise, it is great. I actually really like it, and I've put a little dent in it. I've worn it twice. I gave it a whole day wear maybe 2 weekends ago on a Saturday that I had off, and it was a really cold day. I went antique shopping with my in-laws and my husband, and I had fun wearing this. It smelled good on a cold day, and I liked it. The poppy and the wood notes worked, and I feel like I got to really respect and wear the scent. So I highly recommend Daisy Paradise. I like Love Paradise more, but this one is probably a good solid 8 out of 10. So out of our new releases for 2023, I did pick up Daisy Paradise, and I highly recommend it. So that's our first thing we're going to discuss. The next thing that I want to discuss, I'm actually wearing it tonight on my hand, my inner wrist again, just to make sure it's going to work. And it's not. And I'm a little disappointed. I really kept watching for this to come out. The first place to kind of post that it was going to be out was Sephora, and Sephora only had the large bottle. Finally, Macy's released it in the smallest configuration and the least expensive, and that is the new Irresistible, which it's called Rose Velvet by Givenchy. So I don't have any of the Irresistible line. I've never actually really worn the Irresistible line. I've tested it a few times at Ulta, but I don't have Irresistible. Every time I have tested at Ulta, I find it to be a little bit pedestrian, a little bit boring, nothing special. It may be great on you, but on when I wear it, it's not that great. So when I read the notes for Rose Velvet, I was excited. Black currant, rose, Damascena rose, musks. Seemed like it would be right up my alley. Like the bottle, I did get the smallest size, which I believe this is a 1.1 fluid ounce. I do like the bottle. I like the back of the Irresistible bottle. I think it's cute. It's a little bit hard to differentiate it from Irresistible. I think this is a cloudy glass and Irresistible is maybe clear. So if you have Irresistible, you could leave that in a comment, but I don't feel like it looks that drastically different from Irresistible. Biggest issue I have with this, smells nice, but initial blast on my skin, familiar. When I tested it on paper, familiar. And it's not Rose Velvet. The problem with Irresistible Rose Velvet is it doesn't smell like rose, and I love rose scents. Rose scents are one of my favorite scents. I love florals. I'm a floral guy. I like soft, I like clean, I like bold, I like screechy. Anything floral, I don't mind. I'm not a gourmand guy. I'm becoming a little more gourmandy, but I typically would rather toss on a really nice floral than a sweet scent. And all I get from this is black currant. And the best black currant fragrance is Si Passione Eclat by Giorgio Armani. This and this, I'm not saying they're dupes, but you don't need this. You need this. I am obsessed with this fragrance. Look at the dent. I wear this all the time. I'm obsessed with this. It's fruity, it's juicy, it's rosy, it's black currant. Obsessed with this scent. This smells like this. I have a big, beautiful bottle of this. Why would I need this? I paid like almost $100 for this little tiny bottle. And I have this big, huge, like 4-ounce bottle. This is better. This smells like that. It's pretty. It gives feminine, rosy, black currant energy. But I don't need it. For what I paid, I would rather turn this back to Macy's and take that money and put towards a new release, like the new Giorgio Armani My Way et de Parfum. I think it's called Le Parfum or Et de Parfum. I don't know. It's the new, intenser version of My Way. Or I would like to put it towards the new Donna Born and Roma Intense, or even the new Dolce & Gabbana Q, or the Carolina Herrera Blush. Those are all things that are more on my scope than this. So I will be sending Givenchy's Irresistible Rose Velvet back to Macy's. The next thing that I actually got in a travel spray, and I'm booked and busy for this fragrance. I am trying to not blow through my tester of it because it is so good. I got a travel spray. I'm wearing it on this arm because I wanted to make sure it still is as good as I think it is, and it is. This one I didn't get a small bottle of because even the small bottle is like close to $100, and the small bottle is not as cool as the 1.7 and the larger, I want to say 2.5 or 3-ounce bottle, and that is Fame by Paco Rabanne. So I did just get the travel tester spray. The Fame bottle, as you see right there, that's what the bottle looks like. It's that really cute little like robot chick with the chainmail outfit. It's super kitschy, it's super cute. My husband has the male version, the cologne Phantom, and it's in like a little robot, and it's super cute. I've posted it on my stories on my Instagram on Fragrant King. But I figured if I'm not going to splurge for the money and buy the bottle, I'll just get the travel spray. This is so good. This is like a spicy mango coconut tropical scent. I have a lot of people message me and say, oh, you're not going to like it. It's boring. It's too linear. It doesn't give. Wrong. On my skin, this gives. This gives me spicy mango, fruity, fruitachuli vibes, like fruity patchouli, mango spice. I love this. This is full bottle worthy once I get through this travel spray. This is so good. I really, really like it. I'm very impressed. I love this. I think it reminds me of a few things. I set out what it reminds me of. So what this instantly reminded me of is Mugler's Alien Goddess Intense. This has a little bit more of a vanilla vibe, but the mango-y, tropical spiciness in this is in this. So very similar. I would like to probably layer the two of these and see how that smells. I think it would smell really good. But I get reminiscence of this. So if you're wondering what this smells like and you're liking what I'm saying about a spicy mango and you have this, they're very similar. Not Alien Goddess, because Goddess kind of falls flat and that's why it didn't work for me. But I think if you have Goddess and you don't have the Intense and you want to buy Fame, you could layer the two and kind of get the effect of this. So good mixture. This also kind of reminds me of Bombshell Celebration by Victoria's Secret. This is my second bottle of this I've gone through. I bought several bottles of these. That spicy mango-y patchouli that I get out of this, I get the patchouli and the spicy fruitiness out of this. This is more of like a champagne spicy scent. This is more of a fruity spicy, but it reminds me a little bit of this. And then the last thing that Fame really reminds me of, and it hit right away, is this version, Blissful Fantasy. Blissful Fantasy by Brittany is a mango, fruity, more vanilla-based scent. And this probably has the most immediate upfront familiar vibe to Fame. When I first sprayed Fame on me, that soft floral mango reminds me of Blissful Fantasy. I love Blissful. It's probably one of my favorite Britney releases in the last 2 years. I think it's super underrated. It's probably, yeah, other than Electric Fantasy, this is one of her best releases in a while. And I feel like it reminds me of Fame. So if you have this, this smells like that. Very similar. The mango, that spice to the mango, but that floral, fruity vanilla, very similar. The next thing I got was also a bit of a winner. This, I don't feel like this is a 2023 release. It was more like a 2022 release, but I got it in 2023, and it's my first introduction to this brand. I believe it is pronounced Plur, P-H-L-U-R, Plur, and I did Tangerine Boy. So I got this from Sephora. I like this. It's a citrus spice. I like that it says on the back, olfactive family. What the fudge? I can't speak. Olfactive family citrus spice. And it does have lemon, ginger, black pepper, apple, tangerine, jasmine petal, amber, and moss, which is interesting. Nowhere in there is it just using one single note of tangerine. But tangerine is the heart note. I get a lot of lemony, gingery tangerine, but this is truly, truly a tangerine scent. So if you like tangerines or you like anything artificially tangerine, Tangerine Boy is the one to go with. I like the little stamping in the box. I showed this off again in a reel on my Instagram. I've had this one for a little while, so I've put a little bit of a dent in it and got to actually wear test this. Longevity on this is maybe 4 to 6 hours. I don't heavily spray this because it can be a bit much. The dry down in this is a little funky. I don't love the dry down. The dry down is a little too woody, and I think what it is that black pepper and the moss. When black pepper and moss mix together, not a fan. Very stinky. The dry down is not amazing, but that opening on this is fucking sensational. Maybe full bottle worthy, like I said on my Instagram, only if I got a good deal. But it was a new release that I wanted to review with you guys here on YouTube. Biggest reminiscent to this, and I didn't pull the bottle from my collection, is this reminds me of Britney Spears' Hidden Fantasy. That chocolatey citrus orange. This. The first 15 minutes, you get a really artificial tangerine. It brought me back to like an olfactory memory of being a child that ate that super, super sweet, bitter, artificial orange tangerine, you know, icicle pop. It reminds me of that. And then it gets kind of spicy and warmy, and the tangerine lemon ginger is total copy, identical linear note copy of Hidden Fantasy by Britney Spears. And the red bottle smells almost identical, except for Hidden Fantasy is a little more chocolatey, a little more warm. This smells so much like it though. I still would rate this like an 8 out of 10 fragrance. It's great. But that woody spice in the dry down is a little iffy. Not horrible, but it's definitely a little iffy. I'm not a huge fan of it. But it's not bad enough to get rid of it. The next fragrance that I got, this one I purely got from basically online bullying. Everybody just kept talking about it, and I even had people message me and say, why don't you have this yet? Why haven't you talked about it? And I was like, damn, okay, I'll get it. I am a Black Opium fan, but I don't have every flanker. I don't love every flanker. I actually don't even like the original Black Opium. I have Neon and I have Extreme. But everybody kept talking about this Black Opium Le Parfum. So I got the tester travel sprayer. And here we are. So here is the Black Opium Le Parfum travel spray. This is supposedly their most extreme, most longevity, most rich, a quartet of vanillas, as they say. So there are 4 different vanillas. I think there's like Tahitian, there's Madagascar, there's 2 other vanillas. There's supposedly 4 vanillas, and there's pear, and like cinnamon, I think, maybe, or a spice. I'll pop the notes up like I always do, but this is the most vanilla YSL Black Opium you will ever get. I have tried several. I've tried the Extreme, which I own and love. I've tried Neon. I've tried the original. I've tried the La Nuit Blanche. I've tried the Neon. Or no, I said that. I meant the green one. Whatever. Illicit. I've tried the Intense. This is the only truly vanilla Black Opium. If you want a Black Opium that is vanilla, you go get Le Parfum. This is great. My only issue with this, and I have one issue with this, the longevity is kind of shitty. It's a good vanilla scent, but there are so many good vanilla scents. Billie Eilish is Eilish. Kayali's Vanilla 28. Even Seven Virtues, Vanilla Woods. This has all those vibes, but this just does something different. The pear, that absinthe, that cinnamony spice that Black Opium does is what makes this work. But the longevity is not there. If you go to YSL Yves Saint Laurent's website and look, they say that the Extreme is almost all 4 or 5 blocks. And they say this is all 5. We'll go with 5 blocks, like, of intensity. I feel like it's a 3. Maybe it's me, but I'm wearing it in the winter. I'm wearing it when it's cool. I'm not getting the most intense from this. I don't believe it's the most intense. The most intense Black Opium is Black Opium Extreme. It's the one in the more glittery bottle. It has the complete dark circle in the middle. You can't see through it. It is the most extreme, intense Black Opium there is. It is spicy. It is patchouli. It is light your ass on fire. It is amazing. It's the best Black Opium. This, though, is the best vanilla Black Opium. But Extreme still smells like vanilla. It just also smells like patchouli and cinnamon and spice, and it's so much better. This is good, but this is not full bottle worthy. This is maybe 1 fluid ounce bottle worthy, or if I wear out this, I don't feel like I would need to grab for it. It is not bad. It is really, really good. I'm like 8.5 out of 10, but I don't need it. I would rather wear Billie Eilish's Eilish any day. I will wear the shit out of that. Vanilla 28. I mean, I flew through a 10 fluid ounce bottle. I'm already like a halfway dent in my 1.7 ounce bottle. I'll go 3.4 on that. This is more spicy and a little more bold than Vanilla 28, but Billie Eilish's fragrance is way bolder, and you can get a full 3.4 ounce bottle for $72. The smallest bottle of this is still like $100. So YSL commands a little bit of a price that I don't think you need. However, people prefer some of the notes in this over like Eilish. I know a lot of people hate Eilish. They think that there's this awful beginning note. I don't get that, but that's just my opinion. Nice, needed, no. Enjoyable, yes, but the longevity is not there. I'm talking like maybe 3 hours, and then you got to reapply it 3 hours for a $199 fragrance for the large bottle. Girl, bye. This is another disappointment, and I'm so glad that I'm refilming this video because I had time to work on this fragrance, and I have posted quite a bit about this on my Instagram. Again, Fragrant King. If you follow me, you will know. I love me some Christian Siriano. He's a fabulous designer, my favorite Project Runway winner. His perfumes are phenomenal. His most recent one for 2022, Silhouette Au Natural, is gorgeous. Best fragrance ever. It's such a sleeper. Nobody talks about it. I think I'm like the only person who's reviewed it on the fragrant community. It's not even on Fragrantica. It is amazing. I could do a video just talking about it. But he released for 2023 Oola Rouge's follow-up, and it's an exclusive edition called Oola Rouge Exclusive. I bought this off eBay because I don't like to go to the fragrance stores and buy them. This runs you about $115, and you can get it on eBay for like $80 to $90. It does come with a red lip gloss, which I gave to one of my girlfriends. This is the bottle. Gorgeous. All his bottles are unique, and like I've talked about, all of his bottles are designed to look like a swooping dress because he's a dress designer. He is a fashion designer. This is styled like the Au Natural bottle. I don't believe this is styled like the Oola Rouge bottle. I think Oola Rouge is a little different. I might be wrong. I don't own Oola Rouge. I've only smelled it in the store, so this might be styled like Oola Rouge. I know Oola Rouge is a lighter red and then goes completely black. This is like a burgundy red or a really deep red. Oola Rouge was more spicy, more gourmandy, vanilla, very Baccarat Rouge by MFK. This is Baccarat Rouge by MFK, what's that one? The Extrait edition. This is exactly the same thing as Baccarat Rouge. When I got it, I did say that in my review post on Instagram. I said this is a Baccarat dupe. This is probably one of the best Baccarat dupes. I had that Baccarat dupe from Orientica. Orientica sent me all their fragrances, and I got that one. I think it's called Royal Amber. And I just didn't like it. I sold it. I don't like Baccarat. There's something in Baccarat Rouge by MFK that doesn't work on my skin, and there's a note in it that I don't like. I don't know if it's the casis or if it's like the benzoin or the red, whatever that one thing is. There's this one note, like a red something. I don't know what it is. I don't like Baccarat. Anytime I smell somebody wearing Baccarat Rouge, it's super noticeable, and I don't like it. I don't agree with the world and the masses that say Baccarat Rouge has a bazillion dupes, yes, but I don't believe Cloud and Cloud 2.0 by Ariana are Baccarat dupes. They have familiarities, but I enjoy Cloud 2.0, and I didn't hate Cloud. It was just kind of playful and not really my thing. And like Burberry Her and Burberry Her Intense and Elixir, I don't find those to be Baccarat dupes either. I have had people, when I wear those, come up to me and say, "Oh, are you wearing Baccarat?" And I'm like, "No." I find Baccarat being more woody and a little more attacking, and it's just more naggy. I love Elixir. I love her Intense. I like her. I like Cloud. They're not bad fragrances. They have a beautiful DNA. I think Baccarat does not. I'm sorry. I'm sick and tired of smelling Baccarat Rouge, and I think it smells bad. And that's the problem with this. There's this screechy, just annoying fucking note, and I tried to like this. The bottle's gorgeous, but I'm going to be selling this. I can't return this, but I will be selling this. So I also, in my link tree, have my Mercari. So this will be on my Mercari soon for probably a good deal. I would say around 80 or less. I barely used it. It's going to just take up space. I don't need it. So if you want a really good Baccarat dupe, here you go. And a really gorgeous bottle. Way prettier than the ugly-ass MFK bottle. So this is probably, out of everything that I've got in this haul, this is the biggest surprise and the most enjoyable. I don't have a ton of Estee Lauder fragrances, but what I do have, I genuinely really like. The Beautiful Magnolia line, I don't have. I've never tried Beautiful Magnolia other than just testing at like Macy's, and I'm like, it's boring. But I saw while shopping for the Givenchy and a couple other things at Macy's for the new releases, they released a Beautiful Magnolia Lou, which is L-E-A-U. Lou is water in French. I learned how to pronounce that. I had to look it up because I used to call it Liao. So I'm sorry if I butchered it in other videos. It was embarrassing when I learned out it was just pronounced Lou. Lou. L-O-U. Lou. Is how the little French guy says it on the videos. And I was like, oh my God. I called it Liao. I felt so stupid. I was like, it's Lou. I was like, well, great. Made me feel dumb. But I'm learning. I didn't know I'd learned so much French. But Beautiful Magnolia Lou is amazing. I bought this purely because it's a new release. I wanted to see if I'd like it. And the note, water mint. Water mint. It has lavender. I hate lavender. It has magnolia. It had all these other like cypress and lotus and all these other things in it and patchouli. And I'm like, oh, I like all those notes. But it has lavender. I absolutely hate lavender. I was so worried. You guys. This smells so amazing. Like I said on my Instagram, this blew me away. I was so impressed at the longevity, the cleanliness of this scent, the bold, the spice, the twist to this scent. It is super unique, super, super, super fresh. Like almost, ooh, like take your breath away fresh. Bam, full bottle worthy, best in show. Out of everything, even the other three that I reviewed in video one, this is the winner. This should have been a full bottle. I love this. The water mint is gorgeous. It mixes with the lotus perfect. There's some cedar or sandalwood in the bottom that hides the lavender but makes the lavender work. You can definitely smell the lavender, but it's not unsettling. It's super, super pretty. It just smells expensive. It's like walking through a clean hotel or walking through, I don't know, just money. It smells like money. It smells like class. It is good. I like this a lot. I haven't worn it a lot. I've only worn it twice, and a little goes a long way. Like, I have not had to spray much. But the one day that I wore it, it was on a day I went and ran errands, and I went to the bank, and I ran into CVS, and two people in CVS were like, you smell amazing. The lady behind the desk at the pharmacy said, I don't know what you're wearing, but you smell phenomenal. And I was like, thank you. It's the new Beautiful Magnolia by Estee Lauder. It's called Lou. And she went, Lou? L-O-U? And I was like, no, it's L-E-A-U. And she's like, no, L-E. And she was writing it down. She's like, that just smells amazing. I said, well, it's at Macy's, so love it. Definitely a compliment getter and potentially a new fragrance for a random person at CVS. So, big winner. Love, 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 love. Love. Like, love. Cannot talk enough about it. And our final fragrance. This was one I was super excited to get at Sephora. Sephora is typically the only place I can get my Maison Margiela replica scents, if not buying them on like Mercari or eBay. But Maison Margiela replica released a new scent for us this year, and it is called On a Date. Provence 2014, Grapes and Roses, Memory in a Fragrance. So here we have On a Date by Replica. This is said to be grape, rose, patchouli, really musky. My friend Ashley got this before I did, and Ashley was like, it's a musky patchouli rose. It's heavy on the patchouli. It's a patchouli rose. You really need to like patchouli. And I was like, okay, I trust her. Ash always, you know, she keeps it real. She steers me in the right direction. I got this. I popped this bad boy on, and damn. The patchouli is intense. Like, take the patchouli intensity from Kayali's Sugared Patchouli Vanilla Royale that everybody was like, ugh, either loved or hated, which I have learned to love. You can, if you own that right now, you can pop the top off of Sugared Patchouli and sniff it, and there's that like that weird, like almost like motor oil, like patchouli smell, and you're like, ooh, but you know, when you put it on you, it turns into magic. This is the same way. When you sniff this, there's that funky ass patchouli smell. But when this hits your skin and develops, it is just beautiful. It is a thick, rich, like black currant, rose, grapey, patchouli, thick fragrance. This is a thick fragrance. For it to have like such a light, like kind of almost like pale juice, it is thick. I have put quite a dent in it. I have thankfully had time to wear these, and that's why I'm enjoying filming this, because I have actual ability to talk about this. It is thick in the first hour to two, but after that, this has terrible longevity. I like this a lot. Like, this is a 9 out of 10 for fragrance smell overall, but this has shit longevity. I don't know if it's because it's cold weather. I will try to, I probably can make it till summertime or spring. I have a hunch that this will do better in the warmer weather. I hope, because then I might buy a 1 fluid ounce bottle. I typically just buy the 1 fluid ounce bottles of replica scents. I have one large bottle, and that's of Flower Market. It's the best. I love that fragrance. But this is not full bottle worthy. This is not even 1 fluid ounce bottle worthy right now. This maybe lasts 2 hours on your skin. After that, it's just a fading dust trail of like dusty patchouli. That's it. Meh. Awful longevity. Most replica scents don't have great longevity. There are a few, and the ones that I feel like do have good longevity, I own. This is probably the worst longevity of a replica that I have ever owned. Next to Coffee Break. Coffee Break had really shitty longevity, but it was at least 3 hours. But it ended up being too much lavender, so I'm getting rid of it. But anyways, On a Date, final thing that I had for 2023's new releases. I wouldn't say I'd get rid of it, but again, I need to give it time in the summer. So it will probably just sit here in my little holder of my travel sprays and testers. It'll just sit there. Excuse me for the hiccups. But yeah, so those are my most recent 2023 purchases. I'll be back with more. So please stay tuned. Give me your comments, your likes, your subscribes, all of the above for this video. Comment and let me know what you think. If any of these are ones that you're looking forward to trying, let me know which ones. If any of these you have, let me know what you think. If what didn't work for me works for you, let me know. I don't think really anybody has Oola Rouge. If you're interested in purchasing it, again, my link will be in the post. It will be on my Mercari in the next few days. And if you want to buy it outside of the Mercari, you can always message me. I'm pretty active in the comments. So that is all. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.